Hi and welcome everyone. Back muscle flexibility while trying to learn the key data of CN Tower in Toronto in Canada. The exercises are adjusted for me, so if you follow along with the exercises, do it at your own pace, and it's also at your own risk if you follow along with the exercise. So as key data we have the name, the location, the height, the construction style, the completion of a construction, the cost, what it's used for, and a little bonus information. The first thing is the name. It's called the CN Tower. CN and then Tower, or in French, Tour CN. Tour CN. CN Tower. And the first exercise, down to the knees and breathe in, and up and out. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And out. And the last time. And now close. And down. The name is CN Tower or Tour CN. And the location is in Toronto, Canada, in Ontario. Toronto in Ontario in Canada. The CN Tower in Toronto, which is in Canada. And the next exercise, feet a bit more and shoulder width apart. The arms up, breathe in and out to the side. Not with force, only as far as it goes good. Then breathe in and open the rib cage. And out. In again, and back into the middle, and out to the other side. Breathe in and open rib cage, and out. In, and up, and out. The CN Tower, or Tour CN, in Toronto, which is in Ontario in Canada. And it has a height of 553.3 meters. It is 553.3 meters high. Next exercise, feet more and shoulder width apart. Breathe in and go to the side. The right hand down and the left shoulder stays down. And then breathe out. Now breathe in, take the arm and stretch over, not with force. Breathe in and open rib cage. And back. Now to the other side, breathe in. And out over, left hand down, right shoulder stays down. Breathe in. And over the arm. In, open the rib cage, and out. The CN Tower, Tour CN, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, is 553.3 meters high. 553.3 meters. And the next thing is the construction start. The construction start was on the 6th February 1973. On the 6th February 1973. And the next exercise, feet together, arms up, breathe in, and out, and the right arm goes down. And now breathe in and try to reach upwards and downwards. Not with force. And out up with the arm. And again in. And down with the other arm. And now breathe in and reach. And out. The CN Tower, Tour CN, in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada, is 553 meters and 3 high, 553.3 meters high, And the construction start was on the 6th February 1973, and the construction was completed in 1976. Construction start 6th February 1973 and completed 1976. Now feet a bit more than shoulder apart, even more than just a bit, and down. Breathe out when you go down. And just hang, don't force anything. And breathe in and expand the whole rib cage. And out. Now again in and out to the left leg or the one leg. And breathe again deep in and the other leg out. And in. And again open rib cage. And out back into the middle. In and out, up. And the backward shoulder roll. There you are. The CN Tower to a CN in Toronto, which is in Ontario, in Canada, is 553.3 meters high. The construction start was on the 6th February 1973 and it was completed in 1976. And the cost was 63 million Canadian dollar. It has cost 63 million Canadian dollar. And now feet together and basically the same. Breathe in and go down. And when you go down, breathe out. Again, just as far as it goes. And breathe deep in and expand the volume of the lungs and the rib cage again. And out. And in. And out. In. And out. And in. And out. And again, a backward shoulder roll at the top. The CN Tower to a CN in Toronto, Ontario, Canada is 553.3 meters high. The construction start was on the 6th February 1973. It was completed in 1976. And it had cost 63 million Canadian dollar. And the next exercise. The feet are pointing a bit outside and they're around 2 hands far apart between the heels. And we go to the garden pose. Hands up, breathe in. And down in a straight line. And the elbows press against the inside of the knees. And you try to straighten the back. And breathe in. And out. And we go up. But the upper body stays down. And breathe in. And out, back into the garden pose. And try again to straighten the back. Breathe in. And out, again back. And again in. And out. And again, straighten the back, press with the elbows against the inside of the knees. And now breathe in again. And if you can and want to, at your own risk, you come up in one straight line. And out. The CN Tower to a CN in Toronto, Ontario, Canada is 553.3 meters high. The construction start was on the 6th February 1973. It was completed in 1976, 3 years later. It had cost 63 million Canadian dollar. And now the trivia. Now just what it's used for. It's used for telecommunication as antenna for TV and radio. Telecommunication for TV and radio, as an observation point, as an attraction, and as a restaurant. It's used for telecommunication, TV and radio, for observation, as a restaurant, and an attraction. And now stand stable on one leg. Do this exercise only if you can do it without injuring anything. One leg goes up and with the foot over the knee. Breathe in and go stable down in one line. And breathe in. Do this only as long as you can do it. Control it without injuring yourself. The CN Tower, Tour CN in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, is 553.3 meters high. The construction start was on the 6th February 1973 and 3 years later in 1976. The construction was completed. And now the other leg. Again, stand stable. Foot over the knee. And go down. The construction was started on the 6th February 1973 and completed 3 years later in 1976. And it has cost 63 million Canadian dollar. And it's used as a for telecommunication, for radio and TV. It's a radio and TV antenna, as an observation point, as an attraction for tourists or visitors, and it has a restaurant and is used as a restaurant. And now the trivia. It was the world's tallest freestanding structure from 1995 until 2007, when it was surpassed by the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. 1995 until 2007, the world's tallest buildings. And again, one exercise from the beginning, breathe in, out to the side. And in and up the ribcage. And back. Out. Breathe in. And out. And back. And we end with the last exercise, which is the first one. Again, feet apart. And breathe in. And out. In. And in. And out. And last time. And out. And again in. Close the feet. And out. The CN Tower, also named Tour CN in French, is in Toronto, in the city Toronto, which is in Ontario, which is in Canada. The height is 553.3 meters. The construction start was on the 6th February 1973 and it was completed 3 years later in 1976. It had cost 63 million Canadian dollar. It is used for telecommunication as a radio and television antenna, for observation, as an observation point, as an attraction for visitors and tourists, and has a restaurant, and is used as a restaurant. And it was the world's tallest freestanding structure from 1995 until 2007, when it was surpassed by the Burj Khalifa in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. This is the end. Thank you very much, and until next time.